So in summary, you had two steps, your first two steps.
Our first two steps were to become a nonprofit. We had to incorporate with the state of Kansas as a not-for-profit business, and that's how we created Midwest Cultural Foundation Incorporated, and that's the first step to becoming a nonprofit. And then we created the barbecue contest, and we called it the annual Eudora Barbecue Cook-Off and Charity Event. And we let everyone know that the money that we raised would be split between the Eudora Food Pantry and the Little Eudora Community Museum, and that was the beginning. Very small, I think. I can't remember how much money we raised the first year, but it really wasn't very much. But you don't have to, the thing you have to remember is when you're in the business to raise money, not make money, every little bit is something that the food pantry didn't have and the museum didn't have. And you basically have to start small and grow it. And that's what we did.
So, what did you have this year?
So this year we had a pie baking contest, the barbecue contest, we had Wild Women of the West historical reenactors, we also had an antique car show, we had live music, 3 bands total. The first band to play that day was Listen Mister, a friend of mine by the name of Deb Coomer and her husband Kent Coomer put this band together, and they're a local Eudora band, and they play for a lot of nonprofit events. As a matter of fact, they're going to be playing in September for a nonprofit event to raise money for a new library for Eudora.
And band number 2 was?
Band number 2 was Wakarusa River Band, and we hope in the future to also be included in helping raise some funds for our brand new library.
We say we when we say this band, or we? So
yes, this band is amazing. The Wakarusa River Band. When we were paid our first time we performed and we were paid money, I asked the band, how did you want to split the money up? And they all refused to take it.
Wait a minute, are you saying that you're a part of the band?
Oh!
This is going out to many countries around the world.
They do let me sing once in a while.
Yes.
they let me hear it.
And your husband Larry is...
Oh yes, my husband Larry Cardin is also one of the band members. Yes. And then we have a very good friend, Thomas McGregor on fiddle, Joe Hobson, vocalist and guitarist. We have Bill Thompson from Topeka, lead guitar. Scott is our drummer, and Howard is another lead vocalist and acoustic guitar.
Okay, and in the third band?
Oh, the third band was Travis Marvin. Travis Marvin is a very unique, up-and-coming country phenomenon, born and raised in Ottawa, Kansas, where I was born, and where Fiddler was born, and that is how we know him. And he has written some original songs. He is projected to be in the top 25 on the country charts in a few more weeks, and his career has taken off. He was at Grand Ole Opry last weekend in Nashville. He just released a first single, album coming out. A very humble, kind, generous young man. We love his music. Very real, from the heart, soul experience that he puts down, and to his guitar. I just love his music.
Let me check. Well, Debbie, you mentioned earlier about your band. You work in the band, and your husband in the Wakarusa String Band. And I understand there's a special music project that you guys are doing.
Yes. So as part of the Eudora Heritage Festival, we wanted to share with the community a song written about Eudora back in the 70s. And when I was growing up on Main Street next to CPA Park, my neighbor by the name of James Lyle was an assistant professor at KU, and he bought his first house right next door to us, he and his wife Steph, and they received an abstracted title. They'd never seen one before, and each page went back in time until it went all the way back to where Pascal Fish, the Shawnee Indian chief who owned all the land in Eudora, sold that land to the German immigrants, and they named it after his daughter Eudora. And Jim became very interested in history at that point and spent a year studying the history of Eudora, and then he wrote a song. And one day he's waving at me over the fence, "Debbie, come here, I want you to hear the song I just wrote." And when I heard the song, I absolutely fell in love with it and never forgot it. And as part of the Heritage Festival, I wanted the city of Eudora to understand the history that we carry down through the ages. Everyone's heard about Quantrell, everyone heard that he burnt down Lawrence, but few people in Lawrence or Eudora know that the wagons full of lumber and stone came from Eudora to rebuild Lawrence. And in the song he writes, "Wagons full of lumber, stone, and pride." And I guess it's just, I am very proud to be someone that was raised in Eudora and call that my home, and just wanted to share that. And we're turning that into a CD, and he gave us permission to sell that on a CD through the History Museum on Main Street, the Eudora Community Museum, and each purchase then is a donation to the museum itself.
Miss Debbie, if you had your way in the future as far as cultural experience that Eudora could provide, what would be your dream for the future?
I would love to see the community have access to a performing arts center, cultural arts. I can see people of all ages enjoying a building where everyone comes to either take a class or see a performance or learn something new or teach someone else. I just believe as soon as this museum is almost finished, and after that we're going to help build a new museum or a new library, and then after that I can't think of anything more important than allowing children who have no access to the culture of our nation to allow them to have the chance to get classes and time and teachers and a venue to be able to share that with their families. I think that we already have amazing schools. We're in the process of finishing some amazing park systems. I think really next, the arts are the things that to round out Eudora.
Because we are a growing community.
Absolutely.
And where one might say in the past that, well, we can go a few miles away to a certain
Sure.
other town who has these facilities, why not have them here?
Right.
And we're becoming a town of a size that can support these types of facilities.
Absolutely. There's no reason why we can't provide that for our children and everyone in our community, young and old alike. Everyone could benefit from having an arts center that provides many different kinds of culture.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.